Thank you. I pastor the Vineyard Church in Columbus. It's a evangelical church in Columbus, Ohio. We did a survey recently of our congregation and discovered that there are people born in our congregation from 92 different nations. And so the issue of immigration is one that affects us as a church family. It's not merely an abstraction or a legal issue or something for folks out there. We are right in the heartland of America. Our congregation is largely conservative. We span the political spectrum, but on the blue and red spectrum, we are distinctly purple. Through our community center that's attached to our church, we offer citizenship classes, English as a second language, free legal, free medical clinics, and so we have a stream of folks coming in who are both legal and illegal or have overstayed their visas. The issue of comprehensive immigration reform, I've come to discover, is just about the only public policy issue upon which there is great unanimity across the Christian spectrum. I'm aware of no other public policy issue that would join together mainline Roman Catholic, evangelicals, right and left across the spectrum. Abortion divides us, gay rights divide us, war and peace divides us, comprehensive immigration reform unite us. There's a recent poll that was done by the Public Religion Research Institute. It was a national poll by the Public Religion Research Institute, and also that same institute did an Ohio poll. By a 2-to-1 majority across the religious spectrum, people supported comprehensive immigration reform. When comprehensive immigration reform was put up against its chief alternative, which was deportation or harsher measures of racial profiling, it outshined those measures 80% to 20%. There is a great desire on the part of Americans across the spectrum for comprehensive reform. I'm watching people in our congregation getting ground up by the current system. I call the current immigration system the Lawyer Support Act. I was an attorney. I taught law at Ohio State for a number of years. I understand how these things work. We have, for example, a couple from Haiti in our congregation was promised that they would get legal status in New York. They paid an attorney $4,500. Nothing was done. They paid an attorney. They moved to Columbus, paid another attorney $3,000. Nothing was done. Mom was deported back to Haiti. Husband has not seen her for 3 years. Their children have not seen their mother for 3 years. And she was recently severely injured in the earthquake in Haiti. We have a Canadian who was brought here by his work. He has been in the system looking for permanent residency for 10 years. His attorney just told him it will take another 10 years for him to get permanent residence status in the United States. His adult children are kept from working. They're both college grads. They cannot work. This is an extraordinary economic drain on our country. We're taking our best and brightest and pushing them into either unemployment or a shadow economy. A West African woman with a master's degree thought that her employer was taking care of her, getting her legal status. She discovered that the employer never filed proper papers. She's now undocumented, working with a master's degree at a minimum wage job off the books, not paying taxes that she wants to pay. People in our churches, in the evangelical churches, are out ahead of politicians. What we need is a bipartisan support that for immigration reform that puts aside politics and scoring cheap partisan points or fuels the worst kind of demagoguery in America. Folks want relief here, they want action, and so we're coming together today calling upon the President and calling upon members of both parties to work on behalf of the American citizens. Thank you.